Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Pedro here. It is a magnificent Wednesday afternoon, and I trust that this message is finding you well and in vibrant spirits. A lot of people ask me all the time, Pedro, where are you doing this Facebook? Where are you doing this lives? On what media platforms are you using? I'm actually doing this Facebook Live on my personal timeline, but I share this video in different platforms, YouTube, Instagram. So I really want to encourage you to just stay in touch with me on Facebook. That way you can catch the lives as they happen. So today we have a very important subject that we're going to be exploring. We're going to be talking about secrets to becoming a magnetic speaker on Facebook and Instagram live videos. I am specifically making this video for the Velvet Mastermind Club. However, I'm going to be sharing it with other platforms that I have, such as the Alpha Success Network, which is my personal development blog, and also Public Speaking Pro S with Pedro, which is another platform that I have. So I want to encourage you to stay tuned with all of those platforms depending on the type of information that you really want to digest. The reason I'm creating this video for the Velvet Mastermind Club has to do with the vision of the Velvet Mastermind Club, which is crystal clear: to empower millions and billions of souls universally to achieve happiness, health, and success in all areas of their lives. Now, I wholeheartedly believe that your ability to speak, your ability to express yourself is fundamental to you achieving a life of happiness, health, and success. Consequently, over the next few minutes that we have here together, I'm going to share with you some secrets that you can use to develop your ability to speak, whether it is in public or whether it is in a social media setting. We just happen to be in a period whereby we're doing a lot of our interactions in social media. Therefore, I am titling this video that I'm creating, Secrets to Becoming a Magnetic Speaker on Facebook and Instagram Live. The secrets that I'm going to share here with you are going to apply in all aspects of speaking. So here we go. I want to really encourage you, first and foremost, to understand that your ability to speak with power, poise, and passion, your ability to be an amazing speaker, your ability to be a magnetic speaker, has got very little to do with the words that are coming out of your mouth. They say that 90% of speaking and communication is not verbal, but it is rather energetic. It is rather energetic, right? So what I want you to understand in this few minutes that we have here together are the components that actually go into place that will enable you to express yourself in a manner that really inspires other people to want to connect with you, want to listen to the message that you have to share. And as a result, you're going to be able to bless more people with your unique voice. The first thing that I really want to encourage you to pay attention to when you're getting ready to speak, whether it's in a public setting or whether it's through a social media setting, is to really get in tune and in touch with your energy, right? Get in tune and in touch with your energy. What do you mean by get in tune and in touch with my energy, Pedro? I mean that most of the times when you're actually talking to people, right, whether it's through social media or whether it's through a setting that's in public, you are actually engaged in an exchange of energy. You are engaged in an exchange of energy. And therefore, the more effective you can become at transmitting energy that is peaceful, that is harmonious, that is stable, the easier it will be for you to connect with other people, right? So there's two types of energies that you can relay to the audience when you're communicating with them. And these two types of energies are not the best energies that you want to communicate. Number one is an energy of fear, right? If you are scared, if you feel with a lot of anxiety, right? The audience catches that feeling. They catch that fear, right? And as a result, they do not feel good. They may not be able to place their finger on exactly what it is, but for some reason whatsoever, they do not feel good because you're actually transmitting that fear to them. So that is one emotion that you do not want to transmit to the audience. The second emotion that you don't want to transmit to the audience is an emotion of being too hyper, too over the top, too pumped up, too motivated, right? Because that energy is actually freaky, right? It's a freaky energy. And therefore, when you relay that energy to the crowd actually feels uncomfortable. That's why it is very, 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 very important for you to become in tune with your energetic vibrations before you actually get to speak. So I'm going to share with you a very, very interesting comment that I received yesterday in one of the videos that I created. In one of the videos that I created, an individual told me that I think he said something along the lines of, we human beings tend to be always anxious. We always have a lot of anxiety. And I actually relate to him the fact that you can and you should be able to control your energetic state as much as possible. You can and you should be able to control your energetic state as much as possible, including anxiety, right? Because you don't want to relay anxiety to the audience. So, for example, myself, I'm very, very conscious about my energetic vibration. And I knew that I'm going to be coming over here at 3 o'clock to do this presentation. And about an hour ago, I was feeling that different parts of my body were tight. And I know that when different parts of my body are tight, it means that my energy is actually off balance. So I did some yoga, right? I did some yin yoga. And as I was doing that yin yoga, I was able to actually redistribute the energy in my body and just get myself feeling calm, And once I'm calm, then I can come here and have a conversation with you and share some ideas with you, right? So one of the biggest secrets to becoming an amazing speaker, one of the biggest secrets to becoming a magnetic speaker is developing the ability to, number one, be conscious about your energetic vibration. You want to be conscious about your energetic vibration, right? And number two, you want to develop the ability through different activities, whether it's walking, whether it's yoga, whether it's relaxing, different activities to make sure that you keep your energetic vibration like even keel. Because your communication to people is predominantly an exchange of energy. So that's the first secret that I want you to really, really think about when you're thinking about developing your ability to become a magnetic and amazing speaker, right? The second secret that I want you to really, really pay attention to is based on your mental thinking patterns, right? Your mental thinking patterns. One of the main reasons that majority of people are scared to actually speak in public or speak through Facebook Lives or IGT Lives is because they're thinking self-deprecating thoughts. They're thinking about what is the audience going to think about them. And as a result, they're focused on other people's opinion. They're focused on other people's validation, right? Pretty much they have like negative thinking patterns. As a result, if you have the negative thinking pattern, it's very, very difficult to welcome Scott. It's a pleasure to have you over here. If you're having any negative thinking patterns, it is very, very difficult for you to actually get up and speak in public or get up and speak through a Facebook Live or an IGTV Live. Therefore, it's incumbent upon you to really, really just change your thinking patterns in whatever way possible that you can before you get into a speaking scenario. So if you're about to speak on Facebook in about an hour, or you're about to speak in public and you notice that you're concerned about what other people are going to think about you, I want to encourage you to put on some motivational information, right? Listen to some motivational videos that will immediately begin to change your mental thinking patterns from a negative thinking pattern to a positive thinking pattern, right? It's very, very important that you understand that public speaking is literally happening 90% in your invisible world. It's the things that you're doing within you that really enable you to be a great speaker. And the things that you do within you have to do with the emotions that you are transmitting to the audience, number one. And number two, it has to do with the thoughts that you're holding in your mind, right? So once you're holding positive thoughts in your mind and your emotions are like stable, then it's easier for you to focus on the message that you want to get to the audience. So secret number two is the monitoring and control of your mental thinking patterns. So we started off with controlling your energetic vibration, and number two, we're talking about controlling your mental thinking patterns. Number three is your physical body language, right? Your physical body language. We hear a lot about body language, people saying that you should stand in a certain way, you should hold your body up in a certain way, but that doesn't really help us, right? What I want you to understand about body language is that you want to position yourself to, first of all, forget about the audience. You want to do things in your life to position your body to be free, right? To be free. You want to have a free body, right? A healthy body, a body that's vibrating with wellness. So like I shared with you, before I got to do this presentation here, I did some yoga to just loosen up some kinks, some kinks off my body. And as a result, my body's feeling free, my body's feeling flexible, my body's feeling loose. And now that my body's loose, when I'm talking and when I'm communicating with the audience, then it's easier for me to use effective body language because my body is actually free. My body is actually loose. So what happens is that when you're talking to people, right? When you're talking to people online, or when you're talking to people through a public speaking setting, or even if you're not public speaking, when you're talking to people one-on-one, the communication that's happening is happening on those three different levels. Number one is it's happening on an energetic level, right? So if your emotions are good, if your emotions are stable, then the person or the people that you're communicating to are receiving more information that you're relaying to them, right? If your thinking patterns are positive, right? If your thinking patterns are positive, then the communication that you're sending to the audience is one that leaves them uplifted, okay? And if your body is loose and flexible, then it's easier for you to use your body to express your ideas. So first and foremost, I want you to really think about those invisible aspects of speaking. And once you think about the invisible aspects of speaking, then we can start thinking about the external aspects of speaking. So like right now, I'm doing a Facebook Live, right? I'm doing a Facebook Live, and this is going to go to IGTV, it's going to go to YouTube. And one thing that I pay attention to is staying connected to the audience, right? So when I see different people that are coming on, I actually communicate with them. Scott Bagg just came in right now, and I say, hey Scott, what's up? So I'm acknowledging him. And this is the same thing that happens when you're speaking in public in a group of people, right? You have to develop the ability to acknowledge different people in the setting. It could be either through like your eyes, just looking at them and connecting with them on a heart-to-heart basis, or if you're actually engaged in a social media platform like this, is just welcoming the people that are coming into your space, through the live that you're actually holding. So now I really want to walk you through some other fundamentals that are very key to developing the ability to speak with power, poise, and passion, becoming an amazing and magnetic speaker. One thing that's very important, I'm actually going to be sharing ideas with you here that are coming from an ebook that I wrote called The 7 Laws to Becoming an Amazing and Magnetic Speaker. That ebook is available in my website, thealphasuccessnetwork.com. You can get it there. I'm just going to pick out some important chapters in that book, and I'm going to share them with you. Number 1 is the law of authenticity. The law of authenticity, right? When you're speaking to people, people are not really buying your information, right? Very few people are going to pay attention to information. They're actually connected to your energy, right? They're connected to your energy. And a very, very simple example will suffice to drive the point home. Right now, I'm going through a process of studying goal setting, and I have been watching a lot of videos on YouTube on goal setting. And I noticed that a lot of these videos that are being created, they're very, very technical. Although the people creating these videos are very, very successful, they're very, very technical. And therefore, I need a lot of mental power to just sit down and learn what they're trying to communicate to me. But majority of people will not sit down and listen to a technical presentation. They want to feel the energy of the speaker. They want to feel the energy of the speaker. And that energy that the speaker actually relays is based on how authentic they can be, how much they can let themselves be free and just show themselves to the world. You know, a lot of times we're trying to speak like somebody else. We're trying to be someone who we are not. I have discovered in my own experience that my ability to just come and talk and just be Pedro, even if I make a mistake, that doesn't really matter. Just really talk transparently from my heart. You know, that is how I actually connect to my audience. I never actually prepare my presentations. I never prepare what I'm going to say, because I just want to just come and just share what comes to me at that moment. So I believe that one of the most important aspects of you becoming a great speaker is just your ability to just say, hey, you know what? I love myself and accept myself exactly as I am. I'm just going to communicate to people from my heart, just based on what I have to say from my heart. I'm not going to try to be someone else. I'm going to be authentic, and I'm going to be transparent. I wholeheartedly believe that if you begin your communication with this premise that you're just going to share your ideas in a transparent and authentic manner, everything else is going to fall into place. Everything else is going to fall into place. I do not know what I'm going to say after this word, but I know that everything is going to fall into place because I'm just expressing my truth from my experience, right? So that's the law of authenticity. The second aspect that I want to talk to you about communicating in public has to do with confidence, right? It has to do with confidence. Now, we hear this statement thrown around a lot. You got to be confident to communicate. But confident in what, right? What are we confident in? The first thing that we definitely want to be confident in is our knowledge, our experiences, right? Anytime that you speak to somebody, right, whether you're speaking in public or whether you're speaking on Facebook or whether you're speaking one-on-one, usually you're speaking to them about something that you know about, right? So myself, I know about speaking, I know about business, I know about coaching, I know about happiness, I know about health, I know about fitness. So when I speak about these things, I am automatically confident in these arenas. So the one thing that you can do is just begin to develop your knowledge base at a deeper and a deeper and a deeper level. And if you do this, then it will be easier for you to come across as confident when you are talking to other people. So there's confidence in your knowledge, and then there's a confidence that you have to have in yourself. And this confidence that you have in yourself literally comes from really going back into your history and realizing that there have been so many circumstances when you've fallen down. There have been so many circumstances when you've failed, but you have always bounced back. You have always stood up. You have always triumphed. You've always been the victor, which tells you that you have it in you to win. You have it in you to be a champion. You have it in you to transform your life and live your best life. So this is a confidence that comes from just knowing that whatever happens in your life, you're always going to come out on top. And once you believe this about yourself, then it's going to show up in your communication. It's going to show up in your speaking, whether you're speaking on Facebook or in public, right? So we talked about confidence in yourself and confidence in your knowledge and your experiences. I'm going to point out one more area, right? I've just pointed out 3 laws from my ebook. There's 7 laws. I'm just going to point out 3, and if you want, you can go and investigate the rest by getting the ebook. The third law of communicating confidently to people really has to do with motivation, right? I believe that, and this is my belief, I believe that every time I meet somebody in person or I meet a group of people, they have to leave that experience, right? They have to leave that experience feeling better about themselves. And how do they leave the experience feeling better about themselves? They leave the experience feeling better about themselves based on me always using uplifting, inspiring, motivational words in our communication. Therefore, as a result, anytime I meet anybody, I'm always making sure that the tone of that conversation that we're having is a positive tone, right? I always make sure that I'm pointing out the best in them. I always make sure that I'm letting them know that they can be a better version of themselves. And I do this with people I don't know. I do this with my mom. I do this with my family. I do this with my friends. I'm always using that motivational tone. Therefore, if you really, really want to be a great speaker, if you want to be an amazing speaker, whether we're doing it online or offline, you want to develop the ability to always leave a positive word with the audience. Because when that audience goes home, right, when they get off the Facebook Live, or when they get off the place where they're listening to you, what is it that they actually remember? What is it that they remember? They don't remember the words that you told them. No. They remember how you made them feel. How you made them feel. So, Pedro, yeah, I understand what you're saying, that we should be motivational in our conversation, but I don't have a motivational body in me. And I want to let you know that if you don't have a motivational state of mind inside of you, it means that you are actually not even able to motivate yourself to really, really, really live a life of happiness, health, and success in other areas other than speaking. Therefore, you want to develop personally the ability to always motivate yourself, to always talk to yourself in an inspiring tone, in an uplifting tone, pumping yourself up. And when you become very, very good at this, then you're able to relate to other people. A lot of times when I meet people, they say, hey, Pedro, you're so positive, you're so motivational. And the reason that is so is because I'm always pumping myself up, even when no one is watching. You know what I'm saying? I'm at the mirror, I'm looking at the mirror, I'm speaking the truth about my being, I'm speaking the beauty about my being, I'm speaking what I believe about myself, my love for myself, my acceptance for myself. And I develop that mindset. And therefore, when I go out and I meet people, I'm able to speak the truth that is in them. So, ladies and gentlemen, in summary, right, I want you to focus on the invisible aspects of yourself, which I mentioned in the beginning, and I'm going to reiterate them. Number one, I want you to really, really focus on your energetic vibration, right? Before you get up to speak, I want you to think about how you're actually feeling about yourself. How is your body feeling? How is the energy inside of you feeling? And the best way to find this out is to see this tightness in your body. Once you notice that your energy is not at the right place, you want to do something to get your energy at the right place, whatever that is for you. Whether it's going for a walk, whether it's just lying down, take a short nap, or whether it's doing yoga, whatever works for you. For me, doing yoga works perfectly well for me. I get in touch with my emotions, I make sure that I'm calm, and then I get up and speak. So that's the first thing that I want you to pay attention to. The second thing that I want you to pay attention to is your thinking patterns, right? Your thinking patterns. Are you thinking that, hey, What are they going to think about me? What are they going to think about me? I'm going to mess up when I get up to speak. I'm not going to be, I'm not going to communicate well. Like, those are negative words that you're using. I want you to begin to change those words to positive words. You know, I got a great message for my audience. My audience is waiting to hear what I have to say here today. I have some valuable experience that I want to share with the audience, right? So those are positive words that are coming out of your mouth. And the only way to do that is to make sure that you're doing things to change your thinking patterns. If you notice you're thinking negative, throw on a personal development tape and immediately change your thinking. So that was number 2. And number 3 was, I want you to be conscious about your body. I want you to be conscious about your body because you're using your body when you're communicating, right? The reason that people like Italians, South Americans, Africans, the reason people enjoy interacting with those people is because those people communicate with their body, right? They're not closed. They communicate with their body because they have found ways to actually loosen up. They've found ways to actually loosen up. So my encouragement to you is to really begin to be conscious about these things because they affect how you actually speak, right? And then once you've paid attention to the invisible sides of you, then I want you to pay attention to the audience, right? When you're speaking through Facebook or when you're speaking through IGTV, you want to acknowledge the audience. When you're speaking in public, you want to acknowledge the audience because the message that you're creating is 100% for them, right? 100% for them. And then I touched on the 3 things from my ebook, right? The law of authenticity. You want to be authentic. You want to be transparent. You want to be just you. You don't have to be anybody else, right? You don't have to try to be anybody else. You want to be just you as you are. So myself, if you see different videos that I make, I'm always 100% authentic, right? Sometimes I'm in like a nice, chilling, dancing mood, playing mood, you know what I'm saying? Other times, if you watch a video I made a few days ago on overcoming trauma, I was more like super, super chill, you know, because I was talking about like something to do with the heart. But that's always me. I'm just always being transparent. And you can do the same thing too. Self-confidence, you want to develop confidence in what? Your knowledge, your experiences, and communicate that information to the world. That's where your confidence comes from. And the second area of self-confidence you want to develop is from your personal experiences, your victories, your triumphs. Because you have won before, it means that you're always going to win later on in life. And when you know that you're always going to win later on in life, then you're going to have an invisible confidence that everybody just feels. That everybody just feels. And finally, the third thing that I mentioned from my ebook is the law of motivation, right? You want to develop the ability to motivate yourself, right? Motivate yourself. You're motivated. Motivate yourself, right? I motivate myself all the time with the words that I'm listening to, with the music that I'm playing, with the books that I'm reading, and because I'm always pumping myself up, when I meet people, I can actually pump them up too. Marian, welcome. You coming into the call right when we're about to finish. So I want to encourage you to go back and have a look at the information here because it can really, really help you achieve a high level of happiness, health, and success. So, ladies and gentlemen, you want to develop the ability to motivate yourself. And when you motivate yourself, you can actually motivate other people when you get up to speak on a one-on-one basis through Facebook or through IGTV or through a public setting. With that, ladies and gentlemen, if you really, really want to delve deeper into comprehending the secrets to becoming an amazing and magnetic speaker, number one, I encourage you to just go back and watch this video again. Right? There's a lot of things that I've shared and people will actually take them for granted. 99% of your speaking and your communication is energetic, it's mental, it's what's happening in your invisible world. Therefore, if you use the concepts I've shared, you'll begin to notice a shift in how people are perceiving you. So that's number one. Number two, like I said, I have an ebook that I have written. The ebook is called The Seven Laws to Becoming an Amazing and Magnetic Speaker. You can access that ebook from my website, thealphasuccessnetwork.com, thealphasuccessnetwork.com. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm wishing you nothing but an amazing afternoon. I'm sending you a wish of happiness. I'm sending you a wish of health. I'm sending you a wish of success. And I'm encouraging you to stay tuned to the lives that I'm going to be creating, because I have a very, very clear mission to empower billions of souls universally to achieve happiness, health, and success. And I hope that my words can, in one way or another, help you move further and further down your journey of success. Scott Berg, thank you for jumping on the call. Marianne, thank you for jumping on the call. I appreciate your support. You guys have an amazing afternoon. Okay?